Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Cult Movie Tuesday. Today I'm talking about the Wes Craven film Red Eye with Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy. Cillian? I think it's, I don't know what it is actually. That could be awkward throughout this review. I think it's Cillian if I'm not mistaken, but maybe I'll alternate so I get some right and some wrong. I don't know. It's kind of like Celtic Frost or Celtic Frost. When I grew up as a kid, they were called Celtic Frost, but then years later, everybody was like, "Oh no, it's Celtic Frost." So, I don't know. But then there's that sports team, the Celtics. So I don't know. It's very confusing. But anyway, we're talking about Red Eye. I'm including this on Cult Movie Tuesday just because I feel like this is one that was kind of, I don't know, it was too good to be overlooked, and I feel like a lot of people just don't talk about this movie. And I think it did okay at the box office, but I just feel like this is kind of lost to the annals of time. As far as Wes Craven movies, nobody ever really seems to cite this one. They always go for like Scream or, Nightmare on Elm Street and things like that. But now, not that this is a horror movie per se, although it is listed as a horror thriller. I would say this is more of a straight thriller. But anyway, I'm including it on Cult Movie Tuesday for those reasons. So if you don't like it, I'm really, really sorry, but that's what's happening. So just try to embrace it, if you will. This is a thriller mystery movie from 2005, although, like I said, on some websites I saw it listed as a horror movie. I wonder if that's just because Wes Craven directed it. Like I said, this was directed by Wes Craven, who, of course, did Last House on the Left, The Hills Have Eyes, the original, A Nightmare on Elm Street, and, of course, Scream 1 through 4. And he has since passed away, so rest in peace to Wes Craven, of course. This film stars Rachel McAdams, who was in Mean Girls, The Notebook, Doctor Strange Part 1 and 2. This also stars Cillian Murphy, who was in 28 Days Later, Batman Begins, he was the Scarecrow in that movie, and Dunkirk. And this movie also stars Brian Cox, who was in The Glimmer Man, a movie I talked about recently, Rushmore, The Ring remake from 2002, and he was in X2, X-Men United. The synopsis for Red Eye is: in the wake of her grandmother's funeral, hotel manager Lisa Reisert, played by Rachel McAdams, is waiting to fly home when she meets charming Jackson Ripner, played by Cillian Murphy, at the check-in. She thinks it luck that they are seated together on the plane, but soon learns otherwise. Jackson hopes to assassinate the head of Homeland Security, but to do so, he needs Lisa to reassign the official's room number at her hotel where they're staying. As insurance, Jackson has kidnapped Lisa's father, played by Brian Cox. So this is just a straightforward thriller, and it's not overly complicated, but I think it's pretty good. I'll get to my thoughts on that in a bit. The production notes on this film: an extended version of the film, which added previously unused footage to increase the running time, was broadcast on the ABC network several times. I don't think I saw that version. The budget was $26 million, and the box office was $96.2 million. Originally allotted $44 million, the movie's budget was cut back later to 25. Did I say 25? 26, I guess. Cillian Murphy wanted the role of Jackson so badly that he took a plane from England to Hollywood 2 days before his wedding to have lunch with Wes Craven. Allegedly, Craven later gave him the part, saying that his eyes won him over. I could see that. Cillian Murphy's pretty sexy. He's got pretty sexy eyes. As mentioned by Wes Craven in the making of, the lady that plays the irate customer in the beginning and end of the film was cast after Craven met her at a board meeting. He had a feeling that she would make an excellent irate customer from her persona, walked up to her after the meeting and asked her to be in the movie. She agreed, and she does a pretty good job. They're like a bitchy husband and wife that are like sort of like Karens, but things don't go the way they want them to, so they get really cranky and want to see managers and that kind of thing. Both of them played the role really well. The entire airplane set was built on hydraulics, so when turbulence was called for in the script, the set actually shook from side to side, which I get, yeah. So next Monday, I'm reviewing the movie Nonstop, starring Liam Neeson. In that movie, they also had I don't know if it was on hydraulics, but they had a big plane interior made to accommodate Liam Neeson's massive height because he's like 6'4" or something. So this is not intentional that I watched two airplane movies around the same time, but just a coincidence, I guess. Jon Favreau, Zach Braff, and Adrian Brody were allegedly considered for the role of Jackson Ripner, who the role eventually, of course, went to Cillian Murphy. The critical reception for this movie, Red Eye, is the film currently holds an 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Roger Ebert recommended the film, calling it, quote unquote, a good thriller that moves, quote, competently and relentlessly, unquote. He praised Craven for making the film, quote unquote, function so smoothly and, quote unquote, doing exactly what it was intended to do. Ebert also expressed admiration for the performances of McAdams and Murphy, stating that they are very effective together. And I couldn't agree with that more. Like I said, this is just my thoughts on this film, this is just a cool little thriller. I think it gets overlooked a lot in the Wes Craven catalog, or just good thrillers for that matter of the 2000s. I think this movie is really, really good. It's very simple in its premise. But I think the performances, like Roger Ebert said, they were really good. They were tense. The pacing of the movie is really good. This movie is actually fairly short. It's only 1 hour, 25 minutes long. So it moves along very quickly, and the pacing is really, really, really good. What else was I got to say about this? It succeeds just because of that simple plot. Moves along. There's good twists in it that you don't see coming, or maybe you did. I don't know. Like I said, like I'm going to say in my Nonstop review, I tend to kind of turn my brain off with thriller mysteries and just sort of let it just sort of happen and see who the bad guy ends up being, or what the plot's going to be. Cillian Murphy's actually menacing in this role in this film. Like he's really quite evil in a very calm and sort of like very decisive direction for his character. Yeah, he's so chilled out that you sort of don't see it coming. And then I don't know about you, but I'm also used to seeing him. One of the movies I really liked him in was Breakfast on Pluto. For reference, that was one of my favorite Cillian Murphy movies. But I don't think I've ever seen him play like a bad guy other than Scarecrow, but that was like a superhero movie, so it was a little, exaggerated for that film. But he's really quite terrifying in this movie, I'm not going to lie. By this point in Wes Craven's career, I don't think he really had to prove himself to anybody. Like, he had done all those movies I mentioned earlier, Nightmare on Elm Street and Last House on the Left and the Scream series and all that stuff. So he didn't really have to prove himself. And I think, now I don't know for sure, but I feel like maybe he wanted to do something other than just a straight slasher horror movie, and so he did this kind of like more, like, it's almost more of a mainstream thriller to me. But it's so effective. I wish more people would maybe seen this or talk about it, because I think it's really good. This edition is the DVD from 2006, it looks like. Like I said, the runtime is 1 hour, 26 minutes. Perfect. This is rated PG in Canada for frightening scenes, violence, not recommended for young children. This is from DreamWorks. The special features are outtakes and bloopers, making of a thriller at 30,000 feet, go behind the scenes to see how Red Eye took flight, get inside the mind of Wes Craven, the master of suspense, and there's commentary by filmmakers, including Wes Craven. So, yeah, Bill Brigoli of the Westwood One says, a taut, tense, white-knuckle ride from Wes Craven, the master. And yeah, so I'll show you the back here. There's some scenes where you could see Cillian being pretty mean there to Rachel McAdams. Let's have a look on the inside. Yeah, nothing very exciting, just a very basic DVD inside. I think this did get a 4K a couple of years ago, but I'm fine with this. I don't think I need to upgrade this to Blu-ray or 4K. It looks fine to me. But yeah, if you're looking for like an airplane thriller, action movie, Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy, again, both of their performances are great. So if you like either of those actors, you're probably really going to appreciate their acting in this movie because they're both very, very good. Like Cillian Murphy, like I said, seems so evil and trying to find the word there, like calculated. And Rachel McAdams is just such plays that sort of like scared victim role because she's just like, what the hell's going on with this guy? And he is kind of weird right out of the gate, but not in a weird way, just kind of a, oh, I don't know what this guy's deal is, but by the end of it, it's just like so terrifying. And this movie does continue after the plane ride, just so you are aware. So the action, like I said, it's nonstop, and you think it's over, and then it comes back, and then you think it's over again, and it comes back, and it's just such a thrill ride. So highly recommend Red Eye if you haven't seen this. I see this DVD around fairly often when I'm thrifting, so it shouldn't be too hard of a movie to find for you. With a subscription to Netflix in Canada, as of the recording of this video, you can watch this with your subscription. You can also rent it on Google Play, Apple TV, and Amazon Prime. And like I said, you can probably find this DVD. It's pretty common. But yeah, I love this movie. Let me know your thoughts on Wes Craven's Red Eye in the comments below. Did you like this movie? Did it maybe fly under your radar? Because I think that's what happened with a lot of people. Like a lot of people have said, like the Dead Pit guys and those, this kind of era of horror was kind of a weird landscape, and I think there was so many remakes coming out and people got kind of tired of that. And then I think movies like this just kind of like slipped under the radar, and but this is really good. It's really, really good. If you like airplane thrillers, like I said, the two actors are great in it. Wes Craven, really on his game here. Sad that he's gone and that, you know, this movie I feel gets overlooked, but if you get a chance, check it out. Really, really good. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching. This coming Friday, I am reviewing the film Freddy vs. Jason for Fright Friday. And then next Monday, I'll be talking about the Liam Neeson airplane thriller Nonstop. So more airplane goodness in your future. So be sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to keep up to date with content. Click the bell notification so you're notified anytime I upload new material. Consider giving me the thumbs up if you like this review. Follow me over on Instagram at Night Owl Video. And again, thank you to everybody who has recently subscribed. I really appreciate your support. I should also mention tomorrow is a brand new thrifting haul. So I got a bunch of goodies just recently, and I'm including music for the first time in my thrifting haul. So I do pick up quite a bit of music at the same time as I pick up movies. So I figured why not throw those in there for the audio files. So that's tomorrow. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I will see you at the video store or at the thrift store or just out and about somewhere. But until next time, take good care of yourselves and be careful out there. It's a crazy world. I'll see you in the next video.